Hello, everyone. Our topic for this afternoon or for today is theoretical framework. Okay? I think wala ito doon sa ano natin, doon sa chapter 1 discussion dahil medyo haba rin ako. About 10 minutes, no? For theoretical framework. So, theoretical framework and then conceptual framework. So, sa introduction natin, meron tayong TIOC. Ang maganda rin sa topic natin, lagi meron tayong acronym na sinusundan. Okay? Ulitin natin kung ano yung hinihingi ko sa inyo or nung acronym na nandito, um, sa school natin, ito rin yung hinahanap. Okay? So, in iba't ibang school, iba't ibang pamamaraan, but in many um, colleges na napagturuan natin, ito yung isa sa mga lagi nilang ginagamit. So, you have trends, issues, objective, and contribution. And then for now, discuss ko muna sandali, no, yung theoretical framework. So it is where the researcher draws up the rationale of the research problem, the base of the research objectives, and the scope of the research work, which may be considered as the extent to its parameters. So dahil dito, nagkakaroon tayo ng maliwanag na limitation, okay? So number one, of course, yung basis nga nung ating problem na nakikita, okay? Yung research objectives natin. And at the end, nagkakaroon tayo ng limitations. Backup also, okay? Yung backup doon sa research natin. And also, yung limitations ng research natin. So, paano tayo susulat ng theoretical framework? We have also an acronym for this. The acronym is SEC. Ulitin ko hindi sa akin galing ito. Nung nag-aral ako, tinuro lang sa amin ito. So, I'm still using this, no? Acronym SEC. So yung S, no? Um, Sandali. Nakalagay dyan, choose only one related theory. Well, let me contextualize that. Kapag ka isa lang yung variable mo, okay, kapag ka isa yung variable mo, for example, customer satisfaction, okay? Kapag ka customer satisfaction, isang related theory na aligned doon, okay na yon. But if you have two variables na magkaiba ng basis ng theory, no? Kailangan may isa for IV kung ito ay IVDV pattern, kahit ito man ay um, IPO, basta merong dalawang variables na magkaiba at hindi kayang sakupin ng isang theory ang both um, topics or variables, kailangan may tag-isa kang theory. So, hindi ito yung katulad dati na paramihan tayo ng related theory. So, ngayon, ang trend is pumili ka ng isa, no, na theory na pwedeng sakop yung dalawa or isa, no, pagka hindi sakop ng isang theory yung dalawa, you should give one theory for each variable. So, rule number one, yung S, state the theory. Pag sinabi mong state the theory, sasabihin mo lang kung anong name ng theory. For example, meron tayong theory ng Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Sino ang proponent niyan? Okay, by the way, dito sa theory na to, no, as much as possible, kung ito ay kung kaya natin na 10 years, no? Not more than 10 years, no? Kasi maraming theories na 40 years old, no? Kailangan ang kunin natin yung pinaka-updated kasi nga nagbabago-bago ang kaalaman. So state the theory. Paano magagawin yun? So you may start your sentence by saying the theoretical basis of this paper is, no, Maslow's hierarchy of needs by. So doon ka mag-start. You state, no? Sa simula pa lang explicitly sinasabi mo kung sino at ano yung title ng theory at sino ang um, nagsasalita nito. Okay? Nagsasabi, proponent ito. Or this study is theoretically anchored on or this paper is premised on. Pangalawa, you explain the theory. Madali naman ito, no? Ipapaliwanag mo lang kung ano ang Maslow's hierarchy of needs, for example. And then, kung mailalagay mo yung diagram nito, of course, kailangan mo ilagay yung diagram tapos ipaliwanag mo yung each level. So kaya nga siya explain, you elaborate, you explain the theory. And then number three, you contextualize the theory. Meaning to say, you have to relate your theory doon sa iyong study. Okay? I-relate mo yung theory mo doon sa study mo. Let me give you a quick another explanation pa no para sa aside from SEC approach. Make sure, pakinggan nyo to kung ikaw ay education, okay, major, kumuha ka ng theory na align doon sa education, no? So for example, kumuha ka, ang title mo is about leadership. Kumuha ka sa leadership theory. Kung ang title mo is aligned sa behavior, kumuha ka sa mga behavioral theories. Kung ang title mo is about management, kumuha ka sa mga management theory. Are you getting my point? Always, the secret is you align your theory doon sa iyong variable. Pag inalign mo sa variable, ma-align yan doon sa title natin. Now, let me give you ang isang maganda ngayon. We use AI, di ba? So, meron na tayong AI. I don't know what AI use, pero ang sekreto natin dito is pwede makatulong si AI para sa inyo. For example, ang title niyo is about leadership, okay? Leadership theory. So, ang gagawin mo, prompt mo lang kay AI, please provide no one or two leadership theories related on. So kung halimbawa ang pinag-aaralan mo ay transformational leadership, okay? So leadership theory on transformational leadership. I-type mo lang 'yon pagkatapos makikita mo magbibigay siya ng suggestion. If you can be more specific, for example, not older than 10 years, pwede siyang sumagot sa iyo. So ang sekreto ng AI ay nandun sa prompt na ibibigay mo sa kanya. Okay? So you may also ask AI na ma-explain yung theory na yon at also yung um, magbigay ng sources, mag-cite ng source. By the way, kung gagamit kayo ng AI, no, at magsa-cite ng sources, you have to validate yung sources natin. Okay? Sa ibang, pwede sa Google Classroom, sa ibang AI, just to make sure na tama yung binigay ni AI sa atin. So for a theoretical framework, you have the SEC approach. State the theory, sabihin mo lang, the theoretical basis of this paper is, and then you explain the theory, talagang 2 pages, 1, 2 pages, no? Ma-explain mo yung theory mo na yan. And then, for a paragraph, you contextualize or relate your theory doon sa study. No? Thank you so much.